Welcome back to Poorly Educated Today in the News, the only place where global chaos gets filtered through common sense, bad decisions, and the kind of logic you hear at a gas station at 2 a.m. We got wars that ain't really ceasefires, gas prices climbing like they're training for the Olympics, world leaders playing chess with everybody else's paycheck, and somehow even soccer getting dragged into the mess. So grab whatever you can still afford, because today's news ain't just breaking, it's kicking the door in and tracking mud all over the carpet. Segment 1, ceasefire that lasted about as long as a gas station burrito. So apparently, we got ourselves a ceasefire. Except it ain't really a ceasefire. It's more like when two dudes say, "I'm done fighting," and then keep throwing chairs anyway. President Trump goes out there and says we're extending peace talks, and not even 5 minutes later, Iran's out here hijacking ships like it's Pirates of the Caribbean, but with worse public relations. I mean, that Strait of Hormuz is supposed to be a shipping lane, not a demolition derby with oil tankers. And here's the part that gets me. They're calling it diplomacy, while both sides are actively blowing holes in each other's stuff. That's like me telling my neighbor we're settling our feud peacefully, while I'm still backing my truck into his mailbox. The U.S. seizes a ship, Iran grabs 3 more, and suddenly global trade looks like a game of tug-of-war played with billion-dollar cargo. Beneath all the chaos, though, you can tell nobody actually wants to blink, because whoever blinks first loses leverage, and right now, leverage is apparently more valuable than stability. Segment 2, gas prices doing Olympic high jumps. Now let's talk about the part that actually hits folks at home, because gas prices didn't just go up. They packed a bag, climbed a ladder, and kept going. Oil's over $100 a barrel, and gas stations out here acting like they're selling rare bourbon instead of unleaded. You ever stand there watching the numbers climb like you're bidding at an auction? That ain't fueling your car. That's financing a small war 1 gallon at a time. And it ain't just gas either. Planes are getting grounded left and right because jet fuel costs are going through the roof. Airlines canceling flights like they're allergic to takeoff, and Europe's sitting there wondering if they're about to run out of fuel altogether. It's like the whole global economy is a pickup truck running on fumes, and somebody just decided to tow the gas station away. The reality underneath all the jokes is simple. When that shipping lane closes, everything connected to it starts breaking, and turns out that's basically everything. Segment 3, Iran's government gets replaced by the angry cousin. Now inside Iran, things ain't exactly calm either, because the regular government basically got shoved aside by the military hardliners. It's like when the calm uncle tries to handle a family argument, and then the loud cousin jumps in yelling, flipping tables, and suddenly he's in charge. That's what's happening with the IRGC running the show, and they are not in the mood for compromise. They're in the mood for escalation. And when you got the folks who prefer missiles over meetings calling the shots, negotiations start looking like a formality nobody believes in. The scary part is, even with all the bombing and chaos, the system didn't collapse. It just got meaner. That's the kind of situation where you don't get quick endings. You get long, grinding standoffs where nobody wins but everybody keeps going. It's like a bar fight where nobody remembers what started it, but nobody's leaving either. Segment 4, world powers playing chess, while everyone else plays dodgeball. Meanwhile, the rest of the world ain't just watching. They're jumping in like it's a group project nobody wanted, but everybody's messing up anyway. China's over there quietly helping Iran with tech and intelligence. Russia's backing them at the UN. And suddenly this ain't just a 2-player game anymore. It's a full table of folks flipping pieces. It's like chess, except half the players are also throwing dodgeballs at each other mid-match. And you can see the cracks in the system, Because the UN can't even agree on what to do, Europe's scrambling to keep planes in the air. And military exercises are popping off in Asia like somebody's testing out worst-case scenarios. Underneath all that chaos is one real truth. The world's so connected now that one conflict can mess with everything from oil to airline tickets to your grocery bill. It's all tied together like a ball of fishing line, and somebody just yanked it hard. Segment 5. Protests at home while the bills keep coming. Back here in the US, people are not exactly thrilled about footing the bill for all this. Protests popping up, folks yelling about spending money overseas while things at home feel like they're falling apart. It's like watching your neighbor buy fireworks while their roof's leaking, and you're just standing there wondering who's making these decisions. And politically, it's splitting people right down the middle, because some folks think we gotta stay strong. Others think we're digging a hole we ain't getting out of anytime soon. Meanwhile, everyday life keeps rolling. People going to work, paying bills, dealing with weather, like the world ain't on fire halfway across the globe. That disconnect is wild, like you're grilling burgers while watching a hurricane on TV, and somehow both things feel normal at the same time. Segment 6. The World Cup somehow gets dragged into this mess. And because 2026 apparently refuses to have normal problems, even the World Cup's getting dragged into this. Iran might not even show up, travel bans are blocking fans, and FIFA's probably sitting there sweating harder than the players. It's like planning the biggest party in the world and then realizing half the guests can't get through the door. You got governments arguing, teams uncertain, and organizers scrambling to figure out backup plans like it's a wedding where the groom might not show. But underneath the chaos, it shows how far-reaching this conflict really is. When a soccer tournament halfway around the world starts feeling the impact. Turns out war doesn't just stay in one place. It spreads into everything, even the stuff that's supposed to bring people together. In conclusion, what we're watching right now ain't a clean, simple conflict. It's a messy, tangled situation where every move makes something else worse. You got fighting wrapped in diplomacy, economics wrapped in chaos, and everyday people stuck dealing with the fallout. And if it feels confusing, that's because it is, like trying to fix an engine while it's still running. The only thing that's clear is this isn't ending anytime soon. And until something gives, we're all just along for the ride, whether we like it or not.